Hello guys, welcome back to another collectible review. Today we have 1/6, also known as SSR. This is the Dark Knight Returns Joker by Frank Miller. This is custom made, so a group of guys have made this based on commission, I think. So it's pretty low run. It's not third party as it's not mass produced like a third party figure. This again is custom made. I got a bit confused initially when I opened this from the box art because this doesn't look or resemble Frank Miller's artwork at all. It actually looks a lot like Grant Morrison's art, or the artwork that was done for his novels. For people that don't know, Grant Morrison also inspired somewhat of Jared Leto's odd version of Joker. More aesthetic wise, I think, aside from the tattoos. But yeah, I was a bit confused overall seeing this artwork. It's nice, but again, it doesn't resemble Frank Miller Joker in my opinion. Especially looking at like that teeth there. Again, it looks pretty Grant Morrison-esque. But other than that, it looks fine. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to let it spin a couple more times and unbox it. If you guys do enjoy this, make sure you like and sub, and we'll get right into it. Okay, so we will start with the head sculpts that comes with this Joker, and this is the one that comes on the body when you unbox it. A more smirk, I can say, maybe a bit more stern than the other one, because he kind of has a bit of a smirk going on here. Overall, I think it does look like Frank Miller's artwork. Especially with the parted hair, the much shorter hair as well. It looks good. I have no complaints, especially the eyeshadow, the really purple eyeshadow. Like, this Joker reminds me a lot like kind of like a fuse of like Prince and Bowie. That's kind of what this Joker always reminded me of. So like I said before, I've already owned a previous SSR figure, which is the Batman Hush, obviously by Jim Lee. And the way they made that head sculpt is much more fragile in comparison to this one. This one's pretty much like a standard 1/6 scale figure head, while the other one from SSR, the Hush Batman, is, I think, 3D printed, and it's very soft. Well, it's not soft, it's just very brittle polystone, I think it is. But this is pretty much a full sculpted head sculpt. So I really like that SSR have updated that. Which, again, I collect statues, so I already know how brittle polyresin or polystone is. But like I said, I really like this advancement with this. And this does look really nice. Like, the paint apps is really nice. Again, the purple eye makeup. It's almost like he hasn't slept for ages. And this Joker's obviously been kept in an asylum for many, many years. But yeah, I really, really like this. I'm kind of stuck because the next head sculpt I'm going to show now is just as good. And it comes with, obviously, the Batarang in the eye. Again, classic Frank Miller Joker here. I'm conflicted which one I want to display my figure with now, because this is pretty iconic, and compared to the other Jokers I have, this is like a battle damage Joker basically, and I don't have that in my display. You know, I've got pretty much classic Joker in the purple suit, while again, this is very, very unique, especially with the Batarang battle damaged in his eye. And this is a really, really maniacal look in comparison to this one. But yeah, I really, really like both of them. Again, it's very difficult now to choose which one. I'm thinking of this one just because this is so unique compared to the other Jokers I have. And again, even if you're a casual Batman fan and Joker fan, you're probably going to automatically know the Batarang in the eye and connect that to Dark Knight Returns, either the comic book or the animated movie, which I think this one looks more animated movie. This looks pretty much like the artwork from that movie, not the actual comic strip. And I'll quickly go to this part here because I didn't really get this, but I have no idea what this is, because when I pop the other head sculpt from the body, it's hollow. So it's kind of like those big circular pegs. So I don't know if this is what is supposed to come out that other head sculpt, but this just pops out. And maybe this is just like a safety cap, because you could just pop this head back on the head sculpt. Again, I don't really get this. Maybe this is supposed to come off for the other head sculpt and it wasn't on properly. I don't know. I don't have a clue. But what I might do is I might quickly throw some reference pictures of the artwork. Again, Frank Miller's artwork is a bit weird in my opinion. Like, it's kind of very simplistic, but again, this Joker is very unique as well in compared to artists of that era, because you know, you had Gene Colan, Neil Adams, my favorite artist, I think maybe even Wolfman and those guys just stepped into the scene. And again, compared to Frank Miller's art to theirs, Frank Miller's is the more simplistic looking one. But again, this is like a really unique story as well. An older, grizzled Joker and Batman. But yeah, I really, really like the look of this one. I would have liked if maybe it had a bit more, if it had some blood pouring down. But other than that, I really, really like this. For people that want to know, the Batarang is soft plastic, so you can squeeze it in the slot nicely. without any troubles. Personally, I would have preferred maybe if it was die-cast, just to have that realism, and because this is a custom, they could have gone all out. But saying that, die-cast might have damaged the actual eye socket, shoving a die-cast into this thin plastic eye hole. So maybe they did right with the soft plastic here. But what I'll do is, just one more time, I'll grab the other Head-Sculpt, and these are obviously the ones you can choose between. I really, really like this one. Don't get me wrong, I like this one too, but I think this is winning me over. Again, just because this is going to really stand out in the Joker collection I have, because I have very repetitive looks, I think you can say, where, again, this is completely battle damaged. But yeah, what I'm going to do now is I'm going to bring the accessories in, and then after the accessories, I might pop this one on the body, and then swap them out and show you the completed figure. So we'll get right to that. So these are the accessories that come with this figure. It comes with a lot of other hand variations, but I wanted these ones because these are the actual like holding accessory hands, and I might as well quickly just show them, because I think there's something very interesting about these ones. So you get this one, which is on face value looks like a pointer finger, but it's actually the only hand position that can hold the pistol here. So we've got the revolver type gun here. Does it cock back? Yes, it does. Okay, so that moves and cocks, and this obviously spins, and you can pop the cartridges out. I have to look back at the source material. I don't remember him having this type of gun, but again, this is custom, so they're probably just thrown whatever pistol they can find and just throw it in this accessory pack. I don't think this is the accurate gun. I'll throw reference pictures up now, and if I'm wrong, then okay, I'm wrong. I just didn't remember, but I don't think this is the right gun. But saying that, this is not compatible, even though this is the only hand that can hold this gun or attempt to hold it. This is very, very tough plastic, and it's very, very difficult. You're going to wrestle a lot to get this in without maybe hair dryer or dunk it in hot water. So I'm not going to do that right now. But what I am going to say is these hand sculpts look very, very similar to the Jack Nicholson Joker that Hot Toys did, which I actually have, the DX8. So what I'm actually going to do now is I'm going to quickly just pause this and grab my Joker, Jack Nicholson, and actually see if these are the actual copy molded hands. So I'll get right back to you. So we got good old Jack Nicholson Joker here from Hot Toys, DX8. This is the exact same gun. The exact same. Yeah, exact same gun, and this is the exact same mold of hand. Which, again, it's Joker. Again, Joker's going to have gloves. So I'm not really upset that they copied it, but they should have at least done something with this finger, because that's the only problem with this one, where it's like he holds the gun, but he's not putting his finger on the trigger. And it's going to be the exact same with this. Like I said before, you can't actually get this in because this hand is so tough to pry open, while the Hot Toys one here was very easy to slip in. Usually that happens with remolds because they use stronger plastic. They don't use the same plastic the Hot Toys one comes with. But yeah, that's the first thing I noticed when I first saw this and just opened it was, wait, these look like Jack Nicholson gloves, and yeah, they are. Like I said, it would have been better if this was bent to actually hold the trigger to this gun. But, you know, it's fine for what it is. Again, it's custom, so I'm not going to put it on the level as like something like this guy. But yeah, I just wanted to see if what I guessed was right. Okay, so that's the gun and the attempt trigger hand. Next we got this hand, which is another Jester one, which again, these are remolds to the Jack Nicholson one, but the problem is with this one in particular is this actually can't hold the assigned the assigned card, which again, this is pretty much a Jack Nicholson reprinted card with a bit of weird oil on it. Maybe the old one did have that. Yeah, I think the Hot Toys one did have the oil too, but the problem is it can't really hold it. Okay, maybe I'm wrong. But see what I mean? It can't really hold it that well. But yeah, that's that. So I'll put that on the side there. Again, the next one is a knife. I don't think this comes with the Jack Nicholson Joker at all. But in Frank Miller's version, he actually did have a knife that he stabbed Batman in the Tunnel of Love scene. Only problem is you don't have an assigned hand for him to actually hold this, which this would have been really nice to have. But neither of the white gloves come with an assigned holding hand for this. Next is a bang sign, which again, I think this is another copy of the DX8, which obviously clips in like that. So again, very retro Joker. Again, not in the style of Frank Miller's though. But it is retro Joker, so I'm not fussed with that. Speaking of Jack Nicholson Joker again, we get the cane, which came with that DX8, and the chattering teeth. So it's spring-loaded. Got a bit of a squeak to it. But again, these came with the Jack Nicholson Joker 2. Which actually, come to think of it, I'm fine with that because Jack Nicholson's Joker was pretty much inspired by Frank Miller's and Alan Moore's Joker. So it's kind of a nice unintentional wraparound where, again, Frank Miller and Alan Moore, Brian Bolland's artwork inspired Tim Burton to do Jack Nicholson's Joker. So I'm not really fussed with it. You get some money. It's nice that on both sides they're printed, which the DX8 did have, but the DX11 Heath Ledger Joker didn't have double-sided prints. I don't remember they did. So they're both printed on both sides. And then last but not least, we've got the pretty good display base. I really like this. Just a really standard one. I think I've seen a lot of these on eBay with multiple ha-ha-has. Not really Frank Miller, but it's Joker, so I'm not fussed. And then we've got something that I've missed Hot Toys doing pretty much. I miss when they've done metal nameplates. This is Cold to the Touch metal. Again, really like it. Simple base, but again, it obviously tells you who it is. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to pack all these up and I'm going to bring the figure itself and do the clothing and tailoring. Okay, so we've got the tailoring and clothing here. I actually want to start off and say that I'm kind of not disappointed, but I think the body, the arm, if you guys saw me unbox it, this arm in particular was spun the opposite side around and it doesn't look as flush as this one. So I don't know what's going on underneath the body. After the video, I might have to actually pull it all apart to see what's going on there, because this one's a bit weird in comparison to this one. But overall, it still looks really, really nice. Like it's a World Box body, which for people that don't know, I've kind of done customs, and this is the body of choice that I do my customs on, the bigger, bulkier World Box bodies for my Terminator figures. I think some other figures I might have used those World Box bodies as well. The other SSR Batman Hush is also a Wordbox body, but the bigger one than this. And like I said, this looks pretty good to Frank Miller's design of a bulkier Joker. I don't really get the point of the bulkier Joker, but it is accurate to Frank Miller's artwork. Also, what I find disappointing is we actually don't get some prime accessories that is based on this comic. Like, for example, this pose here is based on the comic strip of him just entering the stage to go to the talk show, like pretty much Joaquin Phoenix's Joker. This obviously being heavily inspired that movie basically. And he was holding a cigarette in this pose, and it's kind of disappointing that SSR haven't thrown a cigarette in. As well as the scene after this, the mug, which is a pretty gruesome scene. They should have thrown a 1/6 scale mug as well, instead of some of the other accessories they have thrown in, such as the chattering teeth and the cane. Maybe also to the knife to some extent. I would have rathered, again, a mug or a cigarette. Also, those weird twins I would have liked. Those weird robotic twins that came and gassed the whole audience. That would have been a nice add-on. But, you know, we can't get everything, so I'm not going to overly complain about it. What I'm going to do now is throw up some reference pictures of the suit itself. And it's kind of interesting that the suit is kind of different portrayed from the comics to what we got here, where the white suit was kind of like weirdly checkered. And to be fair, I don't think that could be represented on fabric as well as something as a plastic figure. So McFarlane and DC Direct, I think, done their 7-inch, 6-inch figures that had the accurate checkings patterned on the suit. Like I said, I don't think they can portray that as good on this figure on a fabric. But again, for what it is, you're going to recognize what Joker this is from and whose artwork it's by, basically. Just because, again, there haven't been a lot of other Jokers in a white suit like this. So, like I said, you're going to know who this is based off. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to zoom down just a touch. Well, you know what? I might as well zoom all the way down, because again, everything's just a white suit. So there's nothing really much to hone into. Again, standard white suit. The shoes is something I have a bit of an issue with, because these are recast from Jack Nicholson's Joker, which isn't that big of a problem, but it is very inaccurate to this Joker, which he should have purple high heels, if I'm correct, or purple like cowboy boots. Again, pretty much inspired by David Bowie or Prince. So that's inaccurate on this behalf. I might just settle with this, or if I'm lucky to find some 1/6 scale purple boot heel style shoes, I might swap them out, just because, again, I'm an accuracy nutcase when it comes to stuff. But these are inaccurate to the comic. I have to look back at the animated movie and see if they actually translated the purple high heels to the animated series. Or maybe in the two-parted movie he actually had these shoes or something similar to this. But again, it is inaccurate to the actual comic. But yeah, that's pretty much it with the clothing and tailoring. Again, not much to dive deep into this plain suited figure. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to zoom out, put him on the turntable with the alternate head sculpt, because that's the one I'm probably going to use, and get into my final thoughts. And just before I do my final thoughts, I completely forgot about comparisons, and this is my comparison with another third-party / custom figure that I have regarding Joker, which is the Libremero Batman Damned / Batman Noel. Also the Joker solo book. by Azzarello and Romero. And as you can see, two pretty different Jokers here. And yeah, these are really going to stand out in my collection because, again, like I said, these are two completely different stylized Jokers to the obviously traditional purple suit. And as you can see, the Frank Miller Joker is a giant, which I think is fine because, again, Frank Miller's artwork was very weird where everyone was 6 foot plus and absolutely ripped. So again, very weird art style by Frank Miller, but it does suit the theme. And yeah, I'm happy to have another comic book inspired custom figure. So there we have it, the SSR 1/6 scale Dark Knight Returns Joker, inspired by Frank Miller's artwork. Again, I really like this. It's not a perfect figure. Well, I say that, I think the accessories aren't perfect. Where the gun is a bit inaccurate, the shoes are inaccurate, and there's some other missing accessories I think should have been included. But overall, I really love the head sculpt. Actually, both head sculpts are really nice. And the suit is pretty good. I actually looked back at the animated movie really quickly. For some reason, they changed the pants from white to purple. And the shoes, I think, are black. Instead of the purple high heels that Frank Miller originally drew for this. But overall, I still really like this. And I don't think we will get another Frank Miller Joker in 1/6 scale, unless if it's a statue. I've seen a couple of the statue ones with him fighting Batman. Again, I already have a Frank Miller Batman, so I didn't really need to have that statue with them two. And honestly, I really like what they've done here with the fabrics and all that, so that's why I chose this instead of that. But yeah, overall, I really like this. Like I said, this is pretty limited considering that it is just a bunch of guys doing this themselves. So it's not mass produced. And for what they've done here, I think they have done pretty well. But that's pretty much it for this video. If you guys did enjoy this, make sure you like and sub. And I'll see you in the next one.